Mariah, is the show online? Do you do the show? You also do the show? Well, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to welcome you to the Simmental Show at the 78th Annual Watertown Winter Farm Show. Weather's fine here in beautiful Watertown, South Dakota. I'd like to also welcome our viewers on liveauctions.tv. Our exhibitors here today, we have Thean Simmentals from Hayti, Vanderwall Simmentals from Bruce, Dean and Polly and daughter Lindsay sell bulls private treaty. Lindsay was our Simmental queen here a few years ago. Philippek family and Heyman brothers from Raymond. Gail and his family have been consigning cattle here since 1994. These are the percentage heifers, correct? These are the percentage heifers. The first heifer on the far end is a June 2nd, 22 heifer. The second heifer is a May 10th of 22. The third one is an April 12th of 22. And the heifer closest to the auction block is a February 8th of 22. Yep. These percentage heifers, were single entries, so we brought them all in together to show. So when they get done selecting, you will have your grand and reserve percentage heifer. Like to thank our sale and show managers, the Mike Thean, Mindy Fuchs, and Gail Philippek. I'll go down some more of the Simmental breeders representing here today. We have the Baylor Hurlbut from Raymond. She's one of the new consigners this year. She and her family have been raising Simmentals, Sim Angus and Angus bulls. They have their annual sale the 23rd of March and the female sale in the fall. Baylor's grandma and grandpa were show managers here for several years. Then we have Hink Family Simmentals from Condé. They're yearly consigners to the Watertown Winter Farm Show. Followed by Carrie Simmentals from Blackhawk. Pat's been a long-time consigner here at Watertown Winter Farm Show. This year we have Faxon Creek cattle from Belle Plaine, Minnesota. They raise registered Simmental and Shorthorn cattle and been breeders for several years and have been at the farm show for several years. Pleasant Grove Farms from Platt. Barb and her family have had heifers here for quite a few years. They have a private treaty sale in the fall. Willett Metals Cattle Company from Aurora. And Bloom Show Cattle from Redfield. We also have Blaine Hyde from Castlewood exhibiting cattle this year also. Who we have on the other end? So it'd be one.
Well, good morning, everyone. It's a pleasure to come judge the Simmental Show here in Watertown Farm Show. It's always a great time of the year and really nice that we don't have a lot of weather to deal with on a day like today. We're going to start out with the big framed heifer here to start this group, not because of her frame size, just how she puts herself together. She's really good over that top. Really like how straight she is in her lines. Just a nice, neat package. She's really green in her makeup, too, which you always like at this stage of the game, so you can take her home when you buy her here later this morning and kind of do whatever you need to do. Just kind of a logical place to start. That's where we decided to go. I really like how good hip this second one is. Really elegant in her front end. Really good out through that tail head. I just like how sleek made she is. She kind of puts that nice complete package together. Just a really nice pair that we like to put in this top two to start out the day for us today. The younger heifer, as we get younger, we're not putting her in third for that reason. She just kind of doesn't put that front end together quite as well. But if you want a moderate framed female with tons of power, tons of stoutness, here's the one you need to buy. She's really good in that four-rib, really easy keeping type of female. This is one you can do a lot of different things with down the road, and I think you'll be very happy. The feminine made sleek fronted heifer is this little June heifer, one that's really good in her makeup, really cool through that neck, comes out very high through the point of her shoulder, one that's going to do well for some young junior showing next summer.
So your overall percentage heifer comes from Thean Simmental's Mike Thean, being April 12th, 2022 heifer. And your reserve would be a February 8th, 2022 from Bloom Cattle. Bloom Show Cattle comes to us from Redfield. Next, we'll have our purebred heifers. Class 1, there's 4 entries in this class. Our show judges today are Jeff and Mitchell Vanderwall. I've seen Jeff judge many 4-H achievement days over the years. I can't commend him enough the way he helps the young exhibitors. He has also done a pretty good job at raising his son, Mitchell. I know he's been a problem child a time or two over the years. But Mitchell's a sophomore down at SDSU, a very accomplished cattleman and show judge. And on top of all that, he's a very, very fine young man. Mitchell, you're still single, aren't you? He's tooken? He's tooken. These purebred heifers, first heifer in is lot number 33 on April 29th. The next heifer is April 15th. Third heifer on April 15th. And the heifer coming in the show ring now is April 8th. Once again, your percentage heifers, the overall winner was lot number 27 from Thean Simmental. Second place, lot number 20 from Bloom Show Cattle of Redfield. Third place was lot number 34 from Pleasant Grove Farms. from Platt. And in fourth place, Philippek Family Simmentals with lot number 35. This is your start of your purebred heifer show. This year we have something a little different in the sale. This year's Simmental Show and sale will be dedicated to, in memory of Dennis Schmig, Deb Ford, and Jordan Heyman, all who were very active in our show and sale. They will be giving 3 $200 sale credits to 3 random juniors who purchased a heifer at the sale in their memory this year. There'll be 3 heifer lots randomly drawn. If one of the lot numbers is not purchased by a junior member, then we will redraw until we have 3 lots purchased by junior members. The heifer must be purchased by a junior member at this sale, and she must be shown at the Futurity Show in July during the South Dakota Summer Spotlight, which takes place in Huron. And a check in the amount of $200 will be presented to each of the selected juniors during the South Dakota Junior Simmental Association Awards presentation held after the Simmental Show. So it'll be another incentive for some of these young exhibitors to get in the Simmental business and show cattle. It's nice to have Pleasant Grove back again. Barb, I think the last time you were here, you had trailer trouble, didn't you? Yeah.
Good morning, everyone. We're on to our purebred heifers here this April class. We lead out with a heifer that Dad and I kind of went back and forth a little bit on this one, but when we got down to a really level-hipped heifer, really bold in her rib, built pretty good from the ground up, really long spine kind of female. I think she'll go out and grow and be a really good bred female down the road. Young man in second, the birthmarked heifer, absolute brood cow. When I saw her walk in, I mean, she's heavy constructed at the ground. Really, really broody type of female, really depth, a lot of depth to her rib. One that probably doesn't have the angularity in her front end of the heifer ahead of her, but one with an absolute good amount of power. Really excited about the muscle type of this one. Heifer in third, the really cool colored heifer. Not as happy today, but she definitely gives a pretty cool look. I really enjoy her in terms of her front one third. She's built pretty cool. She's feminine in through that area. Wish she set down just a little bit softer, maybe soften her spine just a little bit, but really cool designed heifer in third. The heifer to round out the class, she's green, but this one, if you're looking to show a heifer all summer, maybe bring her back and sell her as a bred heifer, this one's pretty exciting to me. Absolutely really extended through her front end, really feminine heifer. A little more moderate in her design, as I said, a little green, but one that I think is built right and will make a really good bred female down the road and do quite well for you. Good class of heifers.
So winning Class 1 of the purebred heifers is Lot 1. Be exhibited by Pleasant Grove Farms from Platt. In second place is lot number 33, brought to you by Hink Family Simmentals, Jerry Hink of Condé. Third place, lot number 25 from Carey Simmental Ranch. And in fourth place, lot number 30 Brought to you by Thean Simmentals of Hayti. Carrie Simmentals is from Black Hawk, South Dakota. Into the show ring now. Class 2 purebred heifers. We have lot number 22 and lot number 23. Both of these heifers are March 7th heifers.
We're going to leave this pair as they stand. A really nice pair of females that's very marketable no matter what kind of a situation you're looking for, whether it's a show heifer, a brood cow, maybe you're just adding some commercial genetics to your herd. We're going to start out with the bigger frame to these two females. One that I like how good she is when she walks. Really follows that track really nice, really good through that spine when she's set down on all four. A heifer that I think has got some really good days ahead of her, and you can kind of use this female for whatever you're looking for, and that's the beauty of this female and those genetics that this young lady's put together to make you a nice balanced project that you're after. Second one follows type and kind really well, and the thing I like about this one is how elegant she is in motion when you get her out moving. That spine just kind of stays right flat where it needs to be. I really like how she sets down on her foot a little more. Maybe if I could clean her up just a touch on her underline, but I love the balance, especially on the top side from that particular heifer.
So winning Class 2 of the purebred heifers is lot number 22. Be a consignment from Faxon Creek Cattle of Belle Plaine, Minnesota. And in second place, lot number 23 from Carrie Simmentals of Black Hawk. So lot number 22 in first place, lot number 23 in second. We've now got one heifer coming, be a February heifer. Lot number 21 from Carrie Simmentals. I understand some of you people sitting here went to the Thursday night live last night at the event center. That was sponsored by BZ Welding and Trav's Outfitter. Want to thank those sponsors. People I talked to said they had a lot of fun.
Really nice single entry coming to us. Heifer that walked in the ring, and she just reads power from the ground up. I mean, she's stout bone, really, really heavy in terms of her construction. I mean, one in terms of her rib is absolutely blown apart. Really, really powerful heifer, a lot of muscle. She can make some pretty darn good bulls down the road. We'll let her just go walk out the gate and let her come back in for champion purebred.
So back into the ring, we need lot number 29, lot number 22, and the heifer that's in the ring. You were at Thursday Night Live, I can tell by looking. The heifer out of the last class was lot number 21, was exhibited by Carrie Simmental Ranch of Blackhawk. Pardon me? I don't think there is. Yep. They were wondering if there was a bred heifer class, but this is. No, we have no older heifers in the show today. So this will be for your overall purebred heifer. Also, there's, as yesterday, there is a silent auction table in the northeast corner of the building. Proceeds go to the Junior Simmental Association. There's some really, really neat items over there. If you're an SDSU fan, there is a very, very nice SDSU basket over there. If you're from North Dakota, you probably wouldn't spend too much money on it. Means they got second in the football season this year.
Out here in our champion purebred drive, really happy with the quality that we've had today in the Simmental female show. Heifer out of our first class, the youngest in here, that's one that for your front 1/3, you gotta love her. She's extended, lifts her head up high, really perks her ears forward. That's pretty cool looking on a female. Come on behind her, and she's green in her makeup, but I think that's one that as she gets older, she's gonna just power out. She's gonna grow out to be a really good cow and be an exceptional female for whoever decides to purchase that one. Heifer in our second class there. One that really gives you a cool look from the side. Again, similar to that heifer in the first slot. She's really extended through her front 1/3. You bring her back into her rib, she stays pretty consistent, really ties herself together well as you work her way back to her tailhead. One that you might want to change at the ground just a little bit. I'd like to soften her in her pastern ever so slightly, give her a little more flex and ease as compared to that really fancy tracking one in the first slot. Heifer in their third, really powerful heifer as we spoke about her in her single entry class. One that absolutely is heavy constructed, bold in her rib, got a lot of depth to her. One that you might want to just extend her through that front 1/3 as those two heifers ahead of her have, but a really high quality heifer to make out really 3 really good females in her champion drive. I'll have Dad go ahead and select your champion, and we'll consider a second place for reserve.
So your champion purebred heifer is lot number 22 of Faxon Creek Cattle, Belle Plaine, Minnesota. If we can have lot number 23 back into the show ring.
Young lady pulls this heifer into second here. One that, as we mentioned before, is really cool on a move, keeps her spine where it needs to be. A really extended female from end to end. High quality female I think will make a great cow. We'll go ahead and select a reserve.
Hang on, honey. Your reserve will be all of your first class from Pleasant Grove Farms, lot number 29. That concludes our heifer show. We'll start with the bulls in just a minute or two. This year we want to, as in previous years, recognize our Supreme Role sponsors. They are Touchstone Energy Cooperatives with cooperatives in Cottington Clark Electric, HD Electric, Whetstone Valley, and Lake Region. Titan Machinery, Reliabank, Plains Commerce Bank, Midwest Veterinary Service, Meyer Insurance, Kibble Equipment, Glacial Lakes Energy, First Premier Bank, First Interstate Bank, First Bank and Trust, Farmers Implement and Irrigation, Farm Credit Services of America, Dakota Bank, and American Bank and Trust. If you happen to go into any of these businesses, tell them you appreciate what they do out here at the Watertown Winter Farm Show. They will certainly appreciate it. You could not give away over $5,000 worth of prize money without having these Supreme Role sponsors. So thank you, folks. This is Class 1 of the bulls. On the far end, we have an April 19th entry. The middle one is a April 16th entry. And the one on this end is an April 6th entry. So just 13 days separate the age of these bulls. Hey, young lady. That's Mike. I should be doing it now. Want to thank Heather Gesner, our photographer down there. I was going to have her wave her hand, but you can certainly see she's holding a camera, so that'd be who the photographer is. Want to thank Kirk Gilbertson, our ring steward. He's been doing a good job here the 3 days in a row, and I'm guessing tomorrow he'll be helping with the youth in the Northeast Calf Show.
Nice trio of bulls to start out this particular drive. We're going to start out with the easy slam dunk here in the beginning of this particular class. First place bull is just so good construction through that hip. He's just got such a natural width about him. Really walks out on a free and easy stride. When he's on the move, that spine just stays right in perfect line as well. I just like how he balances himself up so well. This young man's done a nice job of bringing this bull to town, and it's a pretty easy answer. You're getting ready to start bid and keep waving that number high because you're going to want to take that one home and produce a lot of high-dollar calves. The bull in second is kind of a different style for us. He's really long bodied. He's really good fronted. I like how good he ties up through that shoulder. A bull that's just not quite as elegant when he's out on the move, just not quite as deep through that rear portion of that rib cage, but a bull that kind of follows that typing kind of really well. The bull tracks out the best and the easiest is the light bull here in the class. A bull that I really like how good he is out on the move when you let him set free. One that's really good through that top. Designed very well. A bull that I think is also one that needs to have a lot of bidders after him as well.
So winning that first class of percentage bulls is lot number 18, a consignment from Blaine Hyde of Castlewood. In second place is lot number 17, a consignment from Thean Simmental Ranch of Hayti. And in third place, lot number 19, a consignment from Willard Meadows Cattle of Aurora, South Dakota. Congratulations, Blaine Hyde. Class 2, March bulls. First bull in the offering is lot 14, be a March 17th of 22. Lot 12 is a March 7th of 2022. Bronco Face Bull is a March 17th calf. The Black Bull is a March 7th calf. Would also like to thank Summit Carbon Solutions. They furnished all the wood chips, or sponsored the wood chips here for the Watertown Farm Show. And your live auctions.tv, your sponsors for that are Bobcat of Watertown, Fever Vans Implement Incorporated, and Max Steel. Thank you, folks.
We're going to leave these two bulls as they stand. That bull in the first slot, man, that Bronco Face bull he's one that caught my eye immediately. My grandpa Herb from Bancroft, South Dakota, he used to feed quite a few cattle, and that's one that he'd love a pen of calves sired by that bull. I tell you what, I mean, that bull is good at the ground, moves free and easy, really good constructed out of his hip. Bull that I really appreciate in terms of his build and what he's going to be in the future. One that I think can sire some really cool calves, whether they're bred Simmental cows, Hereford, Angus, anything. That thing could make a really cool pen of feeder calves. Bull in second, I mean, he is absolutely thick from end to end. That one is packed full of muscle. There's a lot of meat in that bull. He gets out and goes, probably just a little more constricted than that first bull, that bull that wins the class. But man, one that has a ton of muscle, really strong topped, really cool in his rib. That's one heck of a bull that comes in a tough class of two.
So winning that class is lot number 14 from Thean Simmental Ranch at Hayti. In second place, lot 12 from Philippek Family Simmentals of Raymond. We've got one entry in the February class. This will be a Valentine's bull, born February 14th. That was Clyde Morrison's birthday. Just told my good friend up here in the auction block that Keith Mack that February 14th was Clyde Morrison's birthday. If you ever came to the Watertown Winter Farm Show on a Saturday back in the old days, you would have certainly known who Clyde Morrison was.
Just a single entry on this Valentine's Day bull, a bull that definitely could use some competition. This young lady brings us a meat and potatoes kind of calf. This is one that everybody's just got to be drooling over, especially when you throw him on some commercial cows. Really good in his hip. I really love his top, but he looks like a bull. That's what I love him. Really good in his testicular development. Really open about that forerib. Be cool to see how he looks against some of the younger ones in this drive.
That bull was lot 7, exhibited by Vanderwall Simmentals. Vanderwall Simmentals comes to us from Bruce, South Dakota. We have a 2-year-old entry. Excuse me, we'll pick a calf champion, I guess. So back into the ring, we need lot number 18, lot number 14, and lot 7 will stay in the ring. We could have back lot number 18 and lot number 14. This is why the judges get the big money, but here's three powerful bulls that could do anybody. Working anybody's herd.
Got here in our calf champion of the percentage show. Pretty cool set of bulls we've got here, really cool trio. That bull that came out of the first class, man, he's growing on us. I mean, that's one that he gives you an awfully cool look from this side. There's really not a whole lot of holes you can find in that bull. I mean, really fault-free in terms of how he's built. One that as he matures, I think is going to get better and better. I mean, youngest calf out here, but truthfully, I think he's going to be quite a powerhouse down the road. That's one to definitely look after on come sale time. Bull out of our second class, like we said before. I mean, that one, sire him to some cows, whatever you want. He can make some absolutely cool feeder calves. Really sound constructed. Really one that, as he grows and develops, that's one that's going to make some pretty cool calves. Bullet out of our third class, as Dad mentioned, kind of that meat and potatoes bull. I mean, he's got all the pieces he needs. Really powerful kind of bull. There's a lot of substance there. He's one that could cover some cows and probably cover quite a few his first season. That's one that awfully excites us. But really cool class of bulls, really different in terms of type and kind. Dad will go ahead and select the champion.
So winning that class, or winning your overall percentage bull champ, is lot number 18, brought to you by Blaine Hyde. So back into the show ring, we'll have lot number 17.
Bring that blaze face in, bull, for consideration and reserve. One that, as we mentioned, really framey kind of bull. I mean, he's real long spined, really cool in terms of how he's built from end to end. One that we wish would just deepen out in terms of that flank, maybe flex at the ground just with a little bit more ease, but a really growthy kind of bull that will be really exciting if you're looking to put some blaze face calves on the ground.
I believe I talked to Blaine before. Blaine, you told me you've been purchasing cattle here at the Watertown Winter Farm Show for 45 years?
I'm 44, so 35 years.
30. Well, you started when he was 8 years old. All right. Your reserve champion is all of the February class, Lot number 7, brought to you by Vanderwall Simmentals of Bruce, South Dakota. It goes to show you something. Some of you young people sitting on the benches, we're going to sell the heifers today. Blaine purchased a heifer right here 35 years ago and started in the Simmental business. Today he shows the overall champion. So keep that in mind. Have we got a 2-year-old bull? Oh, right here. What did I just do? How come we picked over? Yeah, but that's what this is. We have one 2-year-old entry. This is lot 3. Brought to us by Schlieters. $10-10-21. What'd you need? Yes. This is the last percentage bull, I'm sorry. And he was born October 10th of 2021.
Really a nice long age bull. This is one thing, you know, when you're in the commercial business, you're always dying for that one animal that you can go throw extra cows on. This is one you can do a lot of things with. I just love how he's built from the ground up. He's such a good boned type of a calf. But where you appreciate him the most is how bold he is through that heart, how good he is over that top, and how he carries it all the way back down that spine in such a nice, neat package. He's a nice bull that this gentleman has brought to us to the farm show. I think you better raise your hand high and never quit on this one.
So now we need lot number 18 back into the ring for your overall percentage champion. Do you want number? Do you want? We might just well also bring in lot number 7. This is for your overall percentage champion.
Come out here for consideration of Champion Percentage Bull. Really cool trio we've got out here. We've got the 2 first to my right and then that 1 second to our far left there. Bull out of that April class, as we mentioned before, one that's really growing on us. Really cool in how he's built. I mean, it's hard to find a hole in that one. For as young as he is in terms of an April calf, he's really well developed, and I think he's going to continue to grow and get even better every day. that long age bull that October. A little bit of a different age group, but really cool. Like Dad said, you can throw a lot of cows on that one. Me, I'm a Hereford guy, and I kind of like a little bit of color, so that star in his head kind of adds some character. I really appreciate that about that bull. Then that second place bull, one that came into that calf division, one that's just kind of a meat and potatoes bull. He's got a lot of substance to him, a lot of muscle. That's one that I think when he gets to that age and that size, he can cover a whole lot of cows. 3 really nice bulls for consideration at champion pure percentage.
So your champion percentage bull will be lot number 3. He is a 3/4 blood. He's brought to you by Cody Schleter of Cottonwood, Minnesota. He reserved champion bull is lot 18, a consignment from Blaine Hyde. So once again, your overall champion in their percentage was lot 3. Your reserve champion was lot 18. Lot 3 from Cody Schleter of Cottonwood, Minnesota. And lot 18 was from Blaine Hyde. Blaine is at Castlewood. We'll now have our purebred bulls. First class, we have a lot 16, lot 11, and lot 10. Also this year, the Coteau Hills Cattlemen Association and the Hamlin County Livestock Improvement Association are offering $250 a piece now, so that's $500 total, is what I understand. Endowment to any 4-H member who puts towards the purchase of a heifer at the Watertown Winter Farm Show. The money will be awarded after exhibiting in their county achievement days, and those interested can sign up at the Coteau Cattlemen's booth, which is right over here to my right. It's adjacent to the show ring before or after the sale. It's open to all 4-H members and all breeds of cattle. So thank you, Coteau Hills Cattlemen Association and the Hamlin County Livestock Improvement Association. 2 very, very active groups in the community and run by cattlemen. This is your first class of purebred bulls. The bull on the end just making the turn is a March 28th of 2022. The young man in the middle is a March 7th of 2022. And the young lady's bull is a March 2nd of 2022.
Boy, if you're looking to compare and contrast the top pair of bulls, I don't know if you can find two that are so good yet so different how they're built. This young man brings this bull out to us and parks him on the profile. This is one that he gets out and moves. I mean, he is free and easy, good structured bull, really, really well built from the ground up. Really good haired bull that just presents himself and has that extra look in the ring. He's balanced in terms of his design. That's one that's really extended through his front end, one that'll make some pretty cool looking calves down the road. This Blazeface bull in second, I mean, you talk about foot and bone and pure mass. This one's got it. I mean, you look at him from behind, he absolutely overpowers you from that rear look. I mean, he's got a whole lot of muscle dimension. There's a lot of shape to that bull, and I really commend the young lady on the job she's done with this one. That is a cool-looking critter with a lot of muscle mass. That's one that'll put some extra muscle and extra dollars on your calves. This bull rounding out the class, really complete kind of bull, one that you might want to extend through that front one-third compared to the two bulls ahead of him, but he's got a lot of substance, a lot of rib to that bull. That's one that, as he walks away from, he's got some muscle. That's one that'll put some extra value into your calves as well. Good class of bulls.
So winning that class is lot number 16, a consignment from Baylor Hurlbut of Raymond. In second place, lot number 10, consignment from Faxon Creek. And in third place, lot number 11, consignment from Hank Simmentals. We also want to thank our Simmental Show and Sale sponsors. I don't have a list up here, so that's where they're holding the gate open so I can see it. The Castlewood Farmers Elevator, Hamlin County Farmers Co-op, Latini Ag at Hazel, and Tri-County Veterinary Clinic at Taunton, Minnesota, as well as BC Ag of Goodwin, Cloud9, Esteline Community Oil, Glacial Lakes Livestock, Grunwald Seed, Mike Grunwald, J&R Feeds, Willie's, Agritech, Hubbard Feeds, LeBolt Farmers Grain, MPL Incorporated, Larry Johnson, Shoe Cards, Trailer Sales, and Van Kooten Egg Services. Thank you very much. They are sponsors of the show and sale. Once again, we would like to remind everybody the sale starts today at 11 o'clock. Sale starts at 11 o'clock. This is Class 2. These are February bulls. The bull on the far end is a February 18th calf. In the second slot is a February 15th calf. Third slot, February 10th. And the one on this end is a February 1st. They really brought you a fine set of bulls today. Quality runs deep. So I want to thank our sale managers, Mike Thean, Mindy Fuchs, and Gail Philippak. Also, as I mentioned earlier, this year they're dedicating the show and sale to Dennis Schmig, Deb Ford, and Jordan Heyman. They were all very active in the Simmental shows and sale. Matter of fact, Dennis Schmig, I think, was the first show manager here back in about 1970, I want to say 75 or 76. They'll be giving 3 $200 sale credits to 3 random juniors who purchased a heifer at the sale in their memory. So if you want to purchase Simmental heifers today, it looks like you can get $200 from the Memorial Fund, $500 from the Coteau Cattlemen's and the Hamlin Livestock Improvement Association. Then if you're lucky enough to have one in Supreme Row, you can get another $1,000 there. Holy smokes, all you have to do is just buy one of the things and make money. It's just that simple. These are your February bulls. Supreme rolls at 3 o'clock. That'll be on the inside coat. 2:30.
Coached a lot of judging teams over the years in Spank and Clark County and various FFA groups, and this is a class that I would just love to talk. And I tried to hand the microphone back to my son, and he didn't want to talk it. He says, "Dad, this is your turn to take care of this one." I'm going to start out with the bull that I just think that just exemplifies what we're looking for in combination and package. He's just so complete from one end to the other. I just love how he ties into that shoulder, but still has enough mass down that top, carries it out over that hip, and just puts it in a nice complete package. He is the most moderate frame bull in the class, but he kind of puts everything together that we're looking for in that one complete bull. When I was in the judging coach clothes, I would say, "What's wrong with him?" And you're going, "Nothing." Boom, there you go. He's number one. We're going to start out with him. Really nice one to start in the second hole in this class. Another one that I love the muscle pattern in here, especially when you get down low in the lower portion of that quarter. Sometimes when you get something that thick they can't walk, he's still sitting, hitting his holes when when he's out on the move. One that's just got a lot of meat and potatoes to him, and I just love how his design is all the way down from the top of that hip all the way down to the bottom of that stifle. Just does a lot of neat things about him. You put him on a pile of cows. I want to see what he looks like in a couple of years because he's going to make you some money. The third bull of the trio of the similar kind bulls, he's another one that just really opens up about that rib, really carries that muscularity all through the back portion of his quarter. Still has a really nice set of testicles on him, which is always important when we're looking for some long-term breeding soundness. One I just appreciate for how he carries himself, and he's coming through down his top line and that muscularity pattern. The greener bull of the class is the longest spine one of the class, and this is one I think is going to be an interesting one down the road. He's going to develop into a really nice calf. Another thing we always talk about when we're doing the judging team type stuff is how they look when they're front end. This is one that I don't know what his EPDs are, but you study him from the point of his pole down to that top part of his shoulder. He's really refined in that front end. I really like him, whether he's a heifer bull or something you can put on some 2-year-olds. I think he's going to do very well.
So winning that class is lot number 6 from Hank Family Simmentals. Second place, lot number 8 from Vanderwall Simmentals of Bruce. Third place, lot 5 from Heyman Brothers of Raymond. And in fourth place, lot 9 from Brett Bowen of Wessington. We will now pick out your purebred calf champion and reserve. 2 head. Yes, we do. We have 2 of those. Once again, we'd like to welcome our viewers on liveauctions.tv. If you're tuned in, as I've said previous, sale time is 11 o'clock today. 11 o'clock sharp. And any heifer calf bought in this sale is eligible for the fraternity show held at the South Dakota Summer Spotlight. This is your purebred calf champion.
We get out here for our calf champion of the purebred bull drive. 2 really, really cool bulls that give you an awfully good look from the side. The bull out of that first class, I commend the young man on the hair that he's got on this bull. I mean, he has an absolute presence in this ring. He floats around the ring in terms of foot and leg structure. He's pretty darn good in that regard. One that really is really cool from when you look at him from the front third, will put a really cool look into some females, or if you're looking to make some more bulls down the road. Bull out of that second group, as Dad said, a really complete bull. He's really sound from the ground up, as really stout constructed. 2 bulls that, truthfully, when you look at them, they're so complete, you look at them and wonder what's really wrong with these 2 bulls, and there's not a whole lot. So we're going to go out and pick your champion, then consider for a reserve.
So your calf champion will be lot number 16, a consignment from Baylor Hurlbut Baylor's from Raymond, South Dakota. She's one of our new consigners this year. Her and her family have a bull sale every March at the farm near Raymond. They sell Simmental, Sim Angus, and Angus bulls. Back into the ring now, we'll have lot number 2 from Faxon Creek. Lot 10 was second place in the class behind the lot 16.
We bring out this Blaze Face Bull for consideration or reserve, and as we stated before, this one is just freaky constructed. I mean, you look at him from behind, there's a lot of mass, a lot of muscle dimension through that rear third. You go down onto a rear leg that, truthfully, I haven't seen a Simmental bull with that much foot and bone in a while. That's one that you can breed him to about any kind of cow. You can make commercial calves. You can make purebred calves. Heck, you could probably even make some pretty darn cool show calves with that critter. I mean, that's one that'll really put an awfully cool look into an animal. This bull out of that second class, as we said before, fault-free kind of bull. Not a lot of holes you find in him. You get on top of that bull, you look over his top. That is a really big-topped, really consistent made kind of a bull that just bounces up really well. Dad will go ahead and pick your reserve champion purebred calf.
Jeff, old boy, your arm wasn't long enough, was it? Your reserve champion calf is lot number 6, brought to you by Hink Family Simmentals from Condé. They've been yearly consigners to the Watertown Winter Farm Show for several years. Congratulations, Jerry and Dana. We have 2 2-year-olds, lot 4 and lot 1. Lot 4 is in April 25th of 21. Lot 1 is a March 16th of 2021. This is a November 25th of 2021 is the one on the far end. The one on this end is March 16th. The winner of this class will be your senior bull champion. The other one will be your reserve. Then we'll come back in for our overall purebred bull. Once again, sale starts at 11 o'clock. And if you notice the sponsors over here on the in gate, be sure and if you're in their business or whatever, be sure and thank them for sponsoring the show and sale here today.
We get out to our long-aged bulls here, and we go ahead and start with that Lot 1 bull. One that, as you go over his top, I mean, that is an extended bull. He's long-spined, and truthfully, Dad and I were talking, this one, he's about as green as you can make a long-aged bull. I mean, you want to put him out on some cows. He'll cover them, do a great job, and put some absolutely green constructed calves on the ground that are going to make some awesome feeder calves, turn them into purebred calves, whatever you want to do. This is one that can do it. I mean, he's square at the ground. You look at his foot and bone structure, and he just sets down perfect. This is a bull that you might want to drop in his flank ever so slightly, but in terms of dimension, ability to go out and cover some cows, this is a bull that can definitely go and do it. This bull is coming in second. I mean, this young lady keeps bringing us cattle that are absolutely elegant in their front 1/3, darn near flawless down their top line. I mean, this one is pretty well built in terms of his front end, down his spine. Again, considering with that front first place bull, you want to drop him in his flank. Maybe make this one a little bit wider from behind, but a bull that is younger as he is a fall as compared to that springborn bull ahead of her. Really nice class of bulls.
So winning the senior bull division is Lot 1 from Kerry Simmentals at Blackhawk. And your second place senior bull is Lot 4 from Pleasant Grove Farms at Platte, South Dakota. Now we have our overall purebred and reserve bull champions. Will be their next selection. Back into the ring. We need Lot 16. Lot 16, Lot 1, Lot 6, and Lot 4. I see Jeff Enquist showed up to man the Cattle Business Weekly booth. Be sure and slip over there and sign up for his drawing he's going to have later today. Once again, while they're picking out this Grand Champion Purebred Bull, we want to thank our Supreme Row sponsors, American Bank and Trust, Dakota Bank, Farm Credit Services of America, Farmers Implement and Irrigation, First Bank and Trust, First Interstate Bank, First Premier Bank, Glacial Lakes Energy, Kibble Equipment, Meyer Insurance, Midwest Veterinary Service, Plains Commerce Bank, Reliab Bank, Titan Machinery, Touchstone Energy Cooperatives, Coddington Clark, HD Electric, Whetstone Valley, and Lake Region. Our wood chip sponsors, Summit Carbon Solutions, and our video auction sponsors, Bobcat of Watertown, Max Steel, and Fiber Vans Implement. The Supreme Row money is $1,500 each to buyer and consigner of the Supreme Champion Bull, $1,000 each to buyer and consigner of the Champion Female, and $250 each to buyer and consigner for the Reserve Champion Bull and Female. According to my math, that'll be a total of $6,000 given away to the champions here at the Watertown Winter Farm Show. Sale starts at 11 o'clock. At 10:45, we're going to have a dedication here to 3 individuals. We certainly hope you're here at 10:45 or 10:45 to participate and watch the dedication. Supreme Row today will be at 3:30. Always an exciting time here in Watertown. What they're selecting now are the Grand Champion, Overall, Purebred, and Reserve Bulls. Your calf champion was lot 16, be a March 28th calf of 2022. Comes to us from Baylor Hurlbut at Raymond. Your senior champion is lot 1, a March 16th of 21. Comes to us from Pat Carey or Carey Simmentals at Blackhawk. The reserve calf champion is lot 6. Lot 6 comes to us from Hank Family Simmentals, a February 10th calf. And the reserve senior champ is lot 4. Comes to us from Pleasant Grove Farms at Platte.
Let's put our hands together for our awesome Simmental show today. You know, I've been involved with this breed since I was 6, 7, 8 years old, probably, when my brother and cousins kind of got rolling into the Simmental business. And, you know, the people you're talking about, people like Dennis Schmig, I mean, he used to sit up on top of that block and the head would start cranking and he'd start shaking and he'd start talking cattle. And once he got started, you just couldn't get him to quit. It was just to get him started was always the biggest thing. Dennis knew cattle and he really knew people and he always knew quality bulls. And I'm glad to see they're continuing his tradition even without him around. Jordan was always one that he actually graduated high school with my future son-in-law. Good kid. Whenever I'd ask him or his grandpa to bring a set of cattle to a judging school, it was always yes, every single time. It didn't matter if they were knee-deep in mud or whatever, they were always there, first ones to help. And then, of course, there's Deb. I just got to sit and laugh when I talk about Deb. We used to sit around the dinner table. I worked for her and Rick for 2 years during the summers when I was in college. And I learned a lot about debate when I worked for Deb. You just had to sit and go back and forth, and even though Deb was wrong, we both admitted that the other one always gave us valid points. We'd start discussing the old red and white and yellow and white bulls back in the day, Highwayman, Incumbent, Signal. I mean, we'd sit there for hours, and Rick just kept shaking his head like, what the hell are you two doing? Let's go back to work. had a lot of fun, learned a lot of things, and I really appreciate what all three of them have done for the Simmental breed. We've just got awesome stock out here, and if you're looking for some meat wagons, for some powerhouses, I don't care what your program is after, whether, like Mitchell said, it's club calves, commercial calves, running some seed stock on the commercial side, or just doing some purebred things. There's a lot of bulls here that are darn good. It really makes me proud to have been a part of the Simmental a breed for so many years. The younger bull here out of the calf class, this is one you just like it from the profile. Really long and extended through that front end, really made right. I just like how he works himself together. He's pretty young. He's a young end of March type calf, and to get that much power and that much growth, if you just put a few more 100 pounds on him, I think he's going to be one to reckon with, and I think you're going to really be happy with your purchase. The 2-year-old, like we said before in the class, that foot size is really cool. He's really square when he stands out on the profile. He walks out really free and easy. Good top bull, long-sided bull. He's in his green clothes. There's nothing wrong with that, though. But you just got to like how he's designed and how he's put together. The 2 seconds in the divisions, the second out of our calf division, there's our fault-free one. Tell me what's wrong with him. Yeah, he's a little more moderate in his frame size, but that calf is put together right. There's nothing really wrong with him. So expressive through that top, carries it all the way down to that stifle region, just does all those things that you're looking for and checks all those boxes. The fall bull that came out of that second division, another one is just long-sided. This young lady just stamps in the same way. Her program does exactly what she tells it to. Really good top, really good in their heart. Not overly fat in there, and they're good in their working clothes. That's what we always like to see when we're taking these cattle home. With that, congratulations to everybody. We'll make one last discussion, and then we'll pick yourself champion. Give these Simmental breeders a big round of applause.
And as long as we're all clap happy, let's give our judge and his son a round of applause for the reasons they give today. Once again, the dedication in honor of Dennis Schmig, Deb Ford, and Jordan Heyman will be at 10:45 or 10:45. Sale will start promptly at 11. This is for your overall purebred bull champion. The overall all purebred bull champion will be lot number 16, owned by Baylor Hurlbut, exhibited by our father Dustin. Your reserve champion will be lot number 1, brought to you by Kerry Simmentals, exhibited by Mr. Farmers Union. Be sure and go back and talk to your breeders. They've got a lot of the breeders have their own annual bull sales. They've got cattle at private treaty at home. Visit with them about their cattle. They'll be more than happy to. Throughout the day, there are any arrangements that you want to be made for taking your bulls home and taking care of, they will sure accommodate you there. So it's 10 o'clock. We're going to start his dedication in about 45 minutes. Oh, the AOB. I'm sorry. All other breeds, AOB. We have entries there. All other breeds, class 1, into the show ring. We need lots 3, 2, and 1. Thank you, Kelsey. We've got the AOBs. We used to have a Key show and a Red Angus show in sales. There was not enough entries in order to present their own breed, so they have all other breeds, or AOB. You'll see those listed on page 95 on your catalog. Into the show ring, Class 1, we need Lot 3, Lots 2, and Lot 1. All other breeds, Class 1, Lots 3, Lots 2, and Lots 1. These will all be Red Angus bulls. Lot 3 is a, bringing the heifer first, okie doke. Class 2, Lot 4, be a Kiania. Bred female, brought to you by Stenberg and Tesh Brothers. It was calved or born May 3rd of 2021. Had a 76-pound birth weight, 205 of 540. She was AI bred on June 26th of 2022.
Only got one female on our AOB show, but this one she's something to be reckoned with. You look at the front 1/3 of this female, and she absolutely lifts her head to the sky. You want to talk about one that absolutely extends through her front third, really gives you an awesome, awesome look from the side. This one is built really cool. Go on back into those rear 2/3. She's bold in her rib, got a lot of depth. She's getting along in terms of that calf. She walks away from you, and this one puts down with an absolute amount of flex and ease. She gets out and goes really well. An excellent, excellent female to represent us in this champion drive for the AOB division. One that's going to put a calf on the ground and raise you a whole lot of good ones. Bid with confidence on that one.
So once again, that bred heifer was brought to you by Stenberg and Tesh Brothers. She was AI bred on June 26th of 2022. The AOBs, all other breeds, the animals sold through the auction will also be eligible for Supreme Row. We have 3 Red Angus bulls in this class. Lot 3 is in April 6th of 2022. Lot 2 is a March 30th of 2022. And Lot 1 is a March 21st, 2022. Skimney want to thank Kirk Gilbertson for being ring steward today. Also want to thank Skylar Solsa for helping today. Once again, Lot 1 is a March 21st calf. Lot 2 is a March 30th calf. And Lot 3 is an April 4th calf.
I'd like to thank the Simmental and the AOB breeding managers for asking us to come evaluate cattle for you. It's always fun evaluating cattle, especially when you can do it with your kids. Mitchell and I have gone through. I mean, we can go through it in the pasture, and we'll just discuss stuff back and forth. Kind of like what I said in the Simmental deal. The debate goes on, and we just keep agreeing to disagree on certain things. We kind of go back and forth, but we always come to a consensus on the end. Like I said, I grew up in the Simmental business. I really liked what they had. Kind of when I went out on my own, I started my shorthorn breed. Kind of moved that up the hill from there. But I gave my kids both the options of what they wanted to do. My son went to the Hereford route. I'm not sure why, but he still likes those things, and we agree to disagree on them as well. But what we actually did agree on is what to do with our heifers. We both had different style cattle, and we needed something to get some heifers bred in a consistent manner. We actually went Red Angus and really love that package. Puts them in a nice design. What Red Angus does for us, they've got a lot of good things about them. The pelvic area is good, the testicular size is good, and these 3 bulls, they really exemplify that. We're going to start out with this one out in first. He'll be your champion AOB. What we really like about him is how long-bodied he is, how good fronted he is. But what's really cool is he still has the meat, he still has the muscle, he still has the package that you're looking for. Kind of puts that complete design in him that you still need. Still has an elegant enough front end, still has a good enough head to him to make a heifer type situation. I don't know what these are for EPDs. Go ahead and look through your catalog and you decide. That's just where we're going to start. Really like him. I think he'll still compete on that supreme row. Second place bull is definitely our most moderate framed one in the class. But as you study him, muscularity wise, really wide through that hip. I really like how wide he is out over that top. Really good front, really good headed in a moderate package. Just walks out really free and easy on the move. Still has good testicular development when you start studying him. Just a nice complete package. Just doesn't have the overall dimension of muscle that our winner starts with. The long-bodied, long-sided bull is in third place. This one is really cool when it comes to length of body. If you need something to just go out and cover a bunch of cows, I think this one's going to hit them all the first day and say, what's next, guys? I think you're going to really be happy with what you come up with when it comes to him. Really happy to see the Red Angus breed making a comeback at the Watertown Farm Show. Congratulations, everybody. Let's give them a big round of applause.
So winning your all other breeds is lot 1 from Tacroni Cattle Company. In second place is lot 2 from Pleasant Grove Farms. And in third place, lot 3 from Trevor Schultz. Trevor comes to us from Bruce, Tacroni's from Wilmot, South Dakota, and Pleasant Grove from Platt. And our bred heifer was shown by Stenberg Test Brothers from Coleman. Once again, go back and visit with the exhibitors. They will be more than happy to talk to you about their cattle. Dedication program is supposed to start at 10:45 with the sale at 11.